We used to go to gym together sometimes, not every time. He had his own schedule, I had my own schedule, but he was more into fitness among my friends initially when we met.
So
So that intermittent fasting helps with people
autophagy.
getting cancer in future.
Yeah, that
Okay.
does help. And there are studies where a term called autophagy. Once you do intermittent fasting for 12 hours,
Yeah.
autophagy is basically your body starts eating the bad cells.
That's one more problem as South Indians we all face because we eat a lot of rice.
Your normal calorie intake is suppose 2000 calories
Mm.
you eat in a day.
Mm.
So if you start intermittent fasting, if you eat that 2000 calories in that window period,
Yeah.
it's not going to change anything.
So what's up, bro?
What's up?
After a long time.
It's been a long
It's
time.
not
Yeah,
too long. It's been 2-3 weeks, I guess, that we have caught up.
it's
But
still a
we
long
don't
time.
spend so much time like college.
Yeah, definitely
Um,
not. Yeah.
so Shashant is my college friend. We did almost same subjects. We met each other 4 years, 4.5 years before.
Yep.
And then we used to go to gym together sometimes, not every time. He had his own schedule, I had my own schedule, but he was more into fitness among my friends initially when we met. So that's why I thought he'll be the good gentleman to talk to you guys about fitness and if you understand what fitness is. And because I have learned many things from him, because I used to take him to get my pre-workouts and all those
Oh
because he
yeah.
knew more
Yeah,
more
those
about
days.
those things. So Shashank, what was your childhood was like? Were you fit from when you were a child, or were you into fitness from when you were young?
See, I was not into fitness, but I used to love fitness. That is because I was into sports a lot. So in my childhood, I was very skinny because I was into athletics. I was to play a lot of sports like cricket, football, badminton, volleyball. So I used to always, as I have always been a skinny kid.
Yeah.
But my fitness journey started after after when I was in I was doing a bachelor's degree.
Hmm.
That's when few of my friends they had started gymming quite early, so
Hmm.
they were a little buffed up, and I was the only skinny one among them.
Hmm.
And also, they used to get girls, and I never used to get
That is
them.
the teenage, right?
That's
That's
yeah,
the
that's when
main
your
problem.
hormones are high up there. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what were you like disciplined from when you were young? Because I know your dad is a police, and he should be fit to be in that position,
Hmm.
in that job title. Did he influence that discipline to be fit in your life, or you just got it from your own journey?
Well, I didn't get it from my dad, but well, like I said, since he was in police, he had to be fit in his early days.
Hmm.
So in his early days, he was quite fit. I think that's where the genetics come from
Hmm.
to me.
Hmm.
So I have always been skinny because my metabolism was very fast.
Hmm.
So I used to eat a lot, but I still used to be very skinny.
Yeah.
And that is, sometimes when you start your fitness journey and when you eat a lot and still stay skinny,
Hmm.
it's quite irritating to you because you want to grow that muscles, you want to buff up, but you can't because the metabolism is quite fast.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, and always in my childhood I've been skinny.
Like when it comes to your food habits, since I know that you say you're from Mumbai, right?
Yeah.
Like, but Mumbai and Maharashtra, especially Maharashtra, has its own cuisine where they eat less of rice. If I know very well, they are more of a roti and those kind of food what they consume. What was your food intake was like when you were a kid?
My food intake, it was like having
Or
chapati.
eating street food in Mumbai. That's one more thing in Mumbai.
Oh, so I was quite disciplined about that because my dad used to be very strict about eating habits, so he never let us eat outside a lot of times. So if when I was kid, if I have to eat outside, that would only be on our birthdays. If it's my family's birthdays, anyone's will go eat outside.
Hmm.
Otherwise, we won't eat outside. And actually, I think that's a very good habit to keep yourself in control.
Hmm.
So that's one thing. Yeah, that's I should have explained it that before, that one habit which helped me stay lean.
Hmm.
Uh, what was your other question?
Like Maharashtrian cuisine
Yeah, about
itself.
the obviously I used to have everything. So my cuisine used to be not cuisine. My food used to be probably two rotis,
Yeah,
one of the vegetables, and then rice and dal. That used to be our daily food, two
yeah.
times a day. And then on usually on Sundays we'll have non-veg
Hmm.
Sundays, and one particular day on weekday.
What kind of non-veg were you actually
I
having more?
I always loved chicken, so I always used to have chicken, and sometimes we used to add
Hmm. Hmm.
fish here and there.
Hmm.
But my main meal always was
I think that's
chicken.
why you like chicken and you don't like rice more even now because you're
No,
used to.
no, yeah.
Yeah. That's one more problem as South Indians we all face because we eat a lot of rice. And all of a sudden, when you come to the age where you have to work out and all that, there is an assumption that eating rice makes you fat. But according to our area where we live in, the borderline where we live in, it had too much of humidity, and south is more hotter, right, temperature wise.
Yep.
What's your opinion about eating rice, especially like brown rice is good, this rice is not good, and like if you wash your rice twice and take all the starch out and then cook, then it's a good rice. What's your opinion about rice?
I would say if you like it, just eat it. But you have to make sure the quantity you eat it in.
Mm.
So when you're preteens, your hormones are good. Your For guys, testosterons are high, so it's easy for you because
Mm.
your metabolism is also high. So you can eat those and stay fit.
Mm.
But once you reach the stage where you're 25, 26 ish,
Mm.
that's when your body doesn't like you.
Mm.
That's when your metabolism becomes very slow, and that's when you should start eating reflecting to the quantity what you're having.
Okay. Uh,
And I don't think there was a research before where they used to say that brown rice is good, but now there's a new research where they say brown rice is not that good. You
yeah.
should have the white rice.
Yeah.
uh, you should better research on that.
Yeah, because I love rice. I can't be without rice. For me, I have seen my scale. I check my scale every day. But if I eat rice, it's true that my weight gain is at least 500 grams for next day. But if I don't eat rice, if I just go with pasta and other things,
Even
like
pasta.
pasta is
So
carbs, yeah.
main ingredient, like main micronutrient in rice is
Mm.
carbohydrates.
Mm.
So carbohydrates is your main source of energy.
Mm.
So for example, when you work out, you
Mm.
need energy.
Mm.
And the best way for body to take energy is from carbohydrates.
Mm.
And in case if you don't work out and you consume the same amount of rice,
Mm.
that carbohydrate stays in your body and the body doesn't use it.
Mm-hmm.
So what will body do with it? It will turn into fat.
Yeah.
So that is why there's weight gain because of carbohydrates. But if you're having carbohydrates and you're working out that much, or
Mm.
you're spending your energy that much, I think it should be fine.
Okay. So I remember you guys, I'm not sure if it was you or it was one of our other friend. You guys were doing this intermittent fasting.
Fasting, yeah.
So for me, that concept is really confusing because usually in India, when we do fasting, in a month at least there is one kind of festival, one kind of ritual what we have where we do our fasting as Hindus, or even in Muslims they do. Every religion has its own fasting thing. And at home, when we used to do the fasting, we used to consume fruit, milk, dry fruits. But except rice and lentils and salt and sugar or anything fried, we used to not eat that for the day when we are fasting. But intermittent fasting, people they go without food for certain hours, like 18, 19 hours. They
Yeah,
don't eat
yeah.
at all. Like they don't even consume fruits or milk or whatever. For me it's extremely difficult. That part is, I feel like there is some sort of acid that is creating inside my stomach.
Yeah, that does happen initially.
Yeah.
So whatever you start, if it's a new thing, it's generally going to be difficult for a
Mm.
few weeks.
Mm.
After that, it will be all right. You will get used to it.
Mm.
So intermittent fasting is basically you don't eat anything in that window period. It depends on you what you want. You can start the 12 hours window, that wherein you can eat for 12 hours. no, sorry, where you don't have to eat for 12 hours.
Mm.
There's 14 hours window, there's 16 hours, there's 18
18
hours.
hours, yeah.
So it depends on what you or your body is flexible with. So
Yeah.
it depends. Or initially when you start, it's going to be difficult. And basically it is more about, consuming food in that particular window, so
Yeah.
that, because once the window gets short,
Yeah.
you can't eat more than what you normally eat.
Yeah.
So you're basically consuming less calories.
Mm.
So your body burns less calories.
Mm.
Like even if your body burns more calories,
Yeah.
the rest of the calories your body will need it will take it from the fat. So
Mhm.
that is when the fat loss starts.
Yeah.
But it's of no use if you're in intermediate fasting and you're eating more than what you used to eat in that window. So that's of no use. Even if you start eating more,
Yeah.
you won't lose any weight.
So if you start eating more, you don't lose any weight in that window period. You should still have the same calories when
Yep,
you
yep.
have
So
that
for
window.
example, for intermediate fast, your normal calorie intake is suppose 2000 calories you eat in a day. So if you start intermittent fasting, if you eat that 2000 calories in that window period,
Yeah.
it's not going to change anything,
Yeah.
because you're eating same amount of calories which you used to eat before. So there's no calorie deficit, so your weight is going to remain same.
Yeah.
But in that window period, suppose if you eat 15,000 calories, sorry, 1,500 calories, so there's a 500 calories deficit which is going to make you lose weight, make you lose burn more fat, basically.
Okay. So, what do you suggest to people if they want to start intermittent fasting and if they have never done it? Should they? It's just left on them doing the trial and error, or
Yeah, it's basically trial and error. You should start with probably 12 hours first.
yeah,
12 hours window period.
yeah,
And then move to 14, see if your body likes it.
yeah,
Then 16 and 18. Because I used to do 16 hours,
yeah,
but with that time I used to eat a lot of junk food. So I never lost weight.
yeah.
And then recently I started an 18 hours window period
Okay,
where I just ate for 6 hours.
okay,
And that has helped me a lot in reducing weight.
yeah,
And also, there's one thing, a term called autophagy. Once you do winter fasting for 12 hours,
yeah,
autophagy is basically your body starts eating the bad cells. So the good cells will eat the bad cells.
yeah. What is that? How does it work?
So, so when you eat unhealthy and this smoking, drinking involved,
Yeah,
all your cells
are
you,
damaged.
you get damaged. Few of the cells get damaged, and that's where the cancer cells starts to form.
Yeah,
So in autophagy, what you do is when you eat very less, there's a gap between the fasting window. Your body doesn't have any good source of food or energy, so it starts eating the bad cells out. So that helps in cancer.
So that intermittent fasting helps with people
Autophagy.
getting cancer in future.
Yeah, that
Okay.
does help. And there are studies where even the cancer patients, when they did chemotherapy, they did this autophagy process where you fast for a longer period of time, and that has helped them maintain that level, not
Okay.
increase the cancer cells in them.
Okay.